Welcome to another installment of the Club 100 show. Today we'll take a closer look at the BINANCE token and see if Bitcoin has decided to wake up. Is China on the brink and will it bring down all the markets? Let's take a look at the situation. In the last video, we talked about Evergrande, the Chinese real estate giant that could cause a bearish domino effect for the entire Chinese economy and all the effects this could cause around the world. Well, not everyone knows that just yesterday, Monday, August 28th, the stock resumed trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange after it had been suspended for a full 17 months. And we can see that upon resumption of trading, the stock literally collapsed and now stands at a price about 85% lower than it was a few days ago. In spite of everything, though, the Asian indices all closed in the positive. How come? The most plausible explanation is that Beijing halved the tax on stock market transactions with the aim of trying to stop the flight of funds. Just think, it has been since 2008 since such an action was implemented. I encourage anyone who has not yet done so to watch our video in which we discuss the Evergrande situation in detail. In any case, we will continue to monitor the situation as it's of utmost importance to understand how certain points will be resolved in this regard. Let us now move to Europe, where ECB President Christine Lagarde said last Friday that although progress is being made, the fight against inflation is not yet won, which is why interest rates in the European Union will have to remain high for as long as necessary. Currently, in the 20 Eurozone countries, inflation has fallen from a peak of 10.6% last year to the current 5.3%, but it is definitely still far from the 2% target. The ECB's next decision regarding interest rates will be on September 14th, and most analysts expect rates to remain stable at 4.25% to once again try to see if the maneuvers undertaken so far have somehow brought about the desired results. Jerome Powell is also on the same page as the ECB and has stated that even though inflation has come down from its peak, it still remains too high, which is why, if they need to, they will be ready to raise rates further and maintain a tight monetary policy until they are sure that inflation is moving sustainably toward their target. The next meeting of the Fed for the interest rate decision will be on September 20th, and even for this decision, most analysts expect rates to remain stable and for the Fed to continue to analyze the effects of previous hikes to figure out the next moves thereafter. Before I look at the Bitcoin chart, I would like to look with you at the graph of Binance Coin, the token of Binance, currently the largest exchange in the world. As I said in the last video, I am closely watching this platform, which is really experiencing a lot of problems lately, and from which I have personally removed my funds, and I am currently using other platforms to trade, such as Bybit and BitGet. For the latter, I would like to remind you that in a few hours, the King's Cup Global Invitational 2023 will begin. This is a trading competition with a prize pool of over $2.6 million and lots of other prizes to be won. It will be played in teams, so I leave you the links in the description to sign up with the Club 100 team. Don't miss out. As for Binance Coin, I'm noticing how it is testing the support that has been created already since the beginning of the last bullish market. In fact, it's a level that was created as early 2021, and after several retests over the past 2 years, we're now about to go retest it. In the past, it has acted as a wall of support. In fact, every time this level has been hit, the price has rebounded. But as I always say, the more times a level is tested, the weaker it gets. So I began to wonder where the price might go if it breaks downward from this support, a level that right now is one of the most important in its entire history. You all remember that a level has a lot more strength when we see it on high time frames like weekly, monthly, or yearly, and in this case we have a level that has been acting as a support for a good 2.5 years. That's why I want to talk about it today, and I think it's very important. As a trader, the first thing I try to find is a next key level where the price might rebound or stabilize, but in 2021, we've had such a sudden and strong climb that I can't find anything up to levels around $50. It sounds crazy, but actually there's a big gap between this support and the previous key level, which is about a minus 70% gap. And that scares the hell out of all the Binance coin holders who are shaking in the face of this scenario right now. So I can expect that once the current support is broken, there could be a very strong and fast descent because we don't have a history of finding support before $50. Now, to make even more enemies among Binance coin holders, I will show you a chart that reminds me of BNB situation. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about FTT, the token of FTX, what was the second largest exchange in the world and of which no one would have ever imagined such a decline. Here, by comparing charts, I saw that FTT in 2021 also had the same climb as Binance Coin and then formed a very important support in the $21 area. After testing it for about 2 years, it broke it downward, going then to die completely. And now we find ourselves towards the $1 price. Obviously, there are some things that are not comparable, like the events that FTX was facing at the time, the fact that FTX used its users' funds, or that it suspended withdrawals and people could not withdraw their money. People thought FTX was a safe place, but they were very wrong. And of course, Binance is not like FTX, and Changpeng Zhao is not like Samuel Bankman-Fried. But I look at the charts, and damned if they don't look alike. Plus, if I add in all the problems Binance is facing right now, let's say the charts look even more alike. I hope all Binance coin holders don't hate me now. Now we can finally take a look at the chart of Bitcoin. In the last video a week ago, I was showing my long position from around $25,500 and had $28,000 as my target. All the way out, I would have exited should the price break downward from support at $24,700. After about a week in which volumes were literally absent, just today there was the acceleration I expected, and I was able to take home the profit on the take profit I had set for myself of $28,000. But now what happens? In these contexts, you have to be very cautious because it's true that many people were expecting an upward retracement, but the resistance on the $28,000 seems to be very strong, and that's why we have to watch the next few hours to figure out how to move. I think there will be a retracement in the short term, and Bitcoin, if it wants to show its strength, will have to hold above the previous high range, that is above $26,800, which it could go to test and then rebound and attack the $28,000 again. But should it lose the $26,800 level, I think we can easily return to previous levels, that is, on the $26,000 and even lower. As I already told you, the strongest support at the moment I find in the area of the previous trend line that currently coincides with the key level of $28,000. And personally, I am waiting for the right trigger for a possible short. Do not rush, but always wait for the confirmations you need to enter your positions. And remember that most level breaks in these periods are fake breaks, so better to wait rather than try to predict the market, because the market will always win.
We have come to the final goodbyes, guys. Thank you all for listening to the Club 100 show. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, I invite you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to be updated on all upcoming videos. If there are any specific topics you would like to hear about, please post them below in the comments. I would like to remind you that we have a completely free premium section in our Discord and Telegram channels where you can interact with lots of professional traders and where trading ideas and study paths are released completely free of charge. For those interested, there is a link in the description with all the specific information. That's all for this episode, folks. See you next time.